It moved on me before I started recording. But one of the tips I'm going to give you is one take only, right? Leave those mistakes in there unless it is something absolutely catastrophic. When I was recording instructional videos for my students, every now and then you could hear my wife in the background watching Law and Order SVU, and there's some dialogue that creeps through on the microphone. That's not great. Like, re-record those ones, right? But this type of stuff, leave it in. It's a little blooper. It's going to save you some time. Though I probably just doesn't matter. All right. So we are going to go over just some best practices around instructional videos that you may or may not be implementing. And your goal here is, you probably saw those discussion questions down below. Your goal here is to reflect on these, and are you using these? And is there an area in which you could be more intentional with using those? Because there's always room for tweaks no matter how often we use asynchronous video instruction. How can we be constantly improving on that? So the first here, and this wasn't planned, but one take only, one take all the time, and keep that in there. But also, keep those videos short. So I am using a resource that I've linked down below this from the Modern Classrooms Project free course. So this is open for you to go find. If you want to go find that more comprehensive course, just let us know, or modernclassrooms.org. But this slideshow can be found on there. And this is a really good one about the importance of keeping your videos within that 6 to 9 minute range. The 0 to 3, 3 to 6, those are all really good. You can see that right there. But like, there's a steep drop off. The purpose here is not to record lecture. Intentional, targeted, specific use of those asynchronous videos, and then covering one skill or topic at a time, and ending with an action item. I'm going to skip right past that. And this idea of keeping your videos personal and enthusiastic, and not just droning on and talking super slow, which is going to be a piece here. So keep those dynamic, keep them active, because your students are more likely to pay attention. If something weird happens behind you, keep it in as a little Easter egg for your students, right? Don't flip back and forth between slides. It's not always best practice there. So keep them engaged, or keep them at least a little bit like interested. I don't want to use the word entertain, because that's not the purpose of our videos, but they can always go back and re-watch those videos as much as they feel fit, or as much as they need to, which is one of those pieces of one of those powerful pieces there. Adding in something interactive is a really powerful way to keep your students actively watching those videos. So whether that's guided notes, or embedding questions and controlling that pace, so students can't just skip through things, or can't turn you up super fast and make you sound like a gerbil, but give them something to intentionally interact with during those videos. And so, especially if it's going to be something that's a little bit longer, to that 6 to 9 minute range, then having some sort of accompanying notes. Like, we do that all the time with other activities in our classes. So having students take those things down and giving them something intentional to pay attention to. We know that one of the powers behind asynchronous video is that control over pace, but manage that control, right? Like, if you're finding students are just skipping through these things, and they're doing what students do, trying to find the path of least resistance, then there are tools like Edpuzzle or PlayPosit here that can give you a little bit more control there, and structure for your students. And then tools again like Edpuzzle allow you to embed those questions to check for periodic understanding as you are going. Progress tracking, this piece here, I wanted to keep this in here because this idea of progress tracking will actually come up in the next module, but giving students that ability to self-monitor. But really what this is about, like, that's a video about progress tracking, so I just wanted to mention that. But keeping your face on camera. Personally, I made the mistake my first year using asynchronous videos of not putting my face on the camera. I couldn't believe it. You can see how much I talk with my hands, and that's really important for your students to see, because they'll see you every day in class, and so they want to see you on those videos as well. And then this video here violated this first rule with those text-heavy slides. You are the holder of that information. So make sure the information is coming from you, and whatever is on the screen, unless you're giving step-by-step instructions, is there's an anchor point for your students. Make sure your videos aren't covering a bunch of, like, if you cover 5 different topics in a 15-minute video, create 5 3-minute videos to cover those topics individually that students can interact with, and be a little bit more intentional about that. And then speak like you normally would. Kids can slow you up or speed you down, turn on closed captioning if they need to. All of those things there are for them to access at their own pace. So keep that natural for your students as well. So after hearing that and absorbing that, go back and rewatch this video if you need to, or skip around to the parts that you think were the most important, and then take a crack at those discussion questions down below on the flip prompt.